Stirland, a rugged highland state famous for its rural backwater society, and the worst state of the Empire. Perhaps the worst place in the world or in the universe. It is the poorest state in the Empire. But even if they're poor, they genuinely believe Stirlanders are far superior to Imperials of other states because they have the purest bloodline in the Empire. But the reason most Stirlanders are pure-blooded is because no one but Stirlanders like Stirlanders, so only Stirlanders marry Stirlanders. Their bloodline is full of incests. And this is the state capital of Stirland, Wh3. It's even worse than the towns in the fallen state of Solland. This is Eagle Castle, the largest and grandest building in Stirland, where the Haupt Anderson family, who rules Stirland, and the Elector Count live. You can see the entire city of Wh3 from here, though no one would ever like it unless they're Stirlander. The city is also famous and notorious for its wine. Those who tasted it died of food poisoning and mysterious diseases, causing thousands of deaths. Now, by decree of the Emperor and the Elector Counts, all wine produced in Western Stirland must be sold only in Wh3. The state of Stirland has no outstanding industries or notable features. As they have no infrastructure for anything, the only thing they can attempt is agriculture. But the crops choose death knowing they'll end up as Stirland cuisine. Nothing grows in the fields. Even the invincible trees choose death when they realize they're in Stirland. In fact, there are no creatures, monsters, or beasts in Stirland, except Stirlanders. So Stirland has to import food from Averland or Mootland. But even the merchants who sell food to Stirland suffer for their sins, knowing their actions will spawn atrocities known as Stirland cuisine, which was recorded in every dwarf's book by one who experienced the culture of Stirland.
It was that time when I visited the Green Hill Inn in Stirland to rest for a while. I ordered Stirland full course in there. I thought it would be a delightful experience, but what I saw was a nightmare. For an appetizer, they gave me, forgive me, a little beer. I thought it was a joke, so I asked the innkeeper to stop this joke. But he said, "What do you mean, dwarf?" He was serious. I realized that I was totally fucked up, because Stirland full course has 5 dishes and there's still 4 more meal left. So I skipped appetizer and waited for the next meal. I smelled something like fish, so I thought it would be a fish. It was okay till then because I love fish. But what I saw was worse than the war crime. I don't even understand what that was. It was a pie. But fucking fish head, a fucking fish head. Fucking pie. Fucking fish head, a pie. Fish head. And beyond the darkness of that, I saw a meal. I don't even know what those were. And a bull beer. What the fuck are those? I ran away from that in as fast as I could. I swear to Grimmer, no Stirlander shall survive in our hold.
That's right. There are no atrocious abominations worse than Stirland cuisine. But the worst of the worst is the boiled beer.
Hey! That's gonna be the fucking biggest grudge ever on Baraki!
It was so close to ending the 1,000-year alliance between the Empire and the Dwarfs. If the Empire weren't a nation ruled by separate states, but a unified realm, it really would have come to an end. Not only that, but Stirland cuisine also turns ogres, who have high resistance to even chaos corruption, into abominations. However, even though Stirland has nothing good, there's one thing that has the potential to finally give life to its economy: the River Ster. If you look at Stirland's geography, you'll realize it's surrounded by rivers. Legends say that ever since the Empire was founded by Sigmar, the people of neighboring states picked up shovels and dug at the border every day, just to separate themselves from Stirland. And eventually, River Ster was formed. It's a very likely story, but no one knows the truth. River Ster has great potential as a trade route, and it'd make Stirland one of the richest states if many merchants used it. So the state of Stirland keeps building trade posts and hiring river patrols. But merchants don't use it just because it is Stirland. They choose the Talabecland route, even though it has very high tolls. It is still better than Stirland. Even the waters of other rivers refuse to mix with the waters of the River Ster. Stirland is not only an unattractive route option for merchants, but also for the warlords who invaded the Empire. None of them dared to pass through Stirland. Some historical records say that they ran away as soon as they saw it is Stirland. Also, the Chaos God's influence doesn't reach here. When Nurgle was interested in Stirland, knowing its infamousness, Nurgle realized that he has standards. When the changeling demon schemed to turn the entire world into Stirland, just because the demon thought it'd be fucking funny. And as soon as it arrived in Stirland, the demon somehow had an immediate full character development. It felt sins, and learned that doing anything for fun may cause horrible consequences, and decided to do nothing but chill. Even the Skaven don't build under cities under Stirland. But there was one brave man who dared to pass through Stirland, Vlad von Carstein. Vlad started a vampire war to become emperor, and he thought passing directly through Stirland would be the fastest way to Reichland, so he invaded. But as soon as he smelled and tasted Stirlander blood, Vlad von Carstein died. If he didn't have the magical von Carstein ring that revives him, the first vampire war would have ended before it even started. Vlad revived, but he lost his nose. And the other vampires who took part in the war lost theirs for the exact same reason. After Vlad realized the Stirland route was a mistake, he quickly changed his plans and decided to cross the River Ster and use the Talabeclan road instead. But it was too late. Vlad lost many forces in Stirland, but he managed to invade Altdorf. It nearly fell, but he was defeated. However, even after Vlad's death, the Second and Third Vampire Wars followed as other vampires tried to take control of the Empire, but all were lost. After that,
by decree of the Emperor, as punishment for the rebellion and war crimes the state of Sylvania committed during the Vampire Wars.
Foolish mortals. Do they believe they can punish those who are already dead?
Confederation to Stirland! Sylvania is now officially part of Stirland!
Sylvania was confederated to Stirland as the punishment of their war crimes.
Stakes! All my stakes you have! We need alternatives now!
Freshly imported
I'll buy the whole
Freshly
stack!
imported
I'll buy the whole
garlic on
garlic!
sale!
Random bullshit from the Far East!
Toxic
It may
to vampires!
Later, the Empire thought the punishment was so extreme, they created Halloween to appease the poor souls of the vampires who died that day. However, it wasn't enough. The vampires of Sylvania keep trying to gain independence from the horrible Stirland, and the dead keep rising from there for independence. So Stirland formed a group of vampire hunters, or the Order of the Sacred Scythe.
The Knight of the Sacred Scythe has come to hunt you down.
Is that so? What I can see is a blood donor. I can already smell your blood.
Hey, you okay?
Stirland blood!
Hey, what about my blood? Purest Stirland blood flows in me and the Order of the Sacred Scythe. You should be grateful to smell such noble blood.
It is the greatest bloodline in this nation.
Oh, come on. Here, you'll change your mind if you taste the greatest blood in the Empire.
No! Wake up! Taste the greatest blood! Change your mind before you die! It is the greatest blood! Taste the greatest blood! Hey! No!
Only pure-blooded Stirlanders can join the Order of the Sacred Scythe, and rumors say they do something truly horrible to vampires, like forcing them to taste their blood till they admit they have the superior blood. Stirland, the land even the dark gods avoid. If you're anywhere near the River Ster, run. Now come, follow me. Enter and experience the old world with the Old World Geographic. Like and subscribe for more Old World Geographic.